This is 9 News.
Pope Francis is doing something that's never been done before in the United States. He's calling on America to save future generations from the impact of climate change. Also on this Wednesday, a legend lost. Today we're remembering Yogi Berra. And the man charged with killing his 2-year-old cousin is still in custody. We have a live report from the courthouse coming up. But first, this is an historic and very special day in Washington, D.C. Pope Francis is on his first trip to the United States and is currently in a noontime prayer service with bishops. He started the day at the White House with President Obama. 11,000 people were welcomed onto the South Lawn for a ceremony where the Pope jumped into some political issues, including the hot-button topic of climate change. There will be a mass later on today. Tracy Potts joins us now from Washington.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are following Pope Francis on this historic visit beginning here in the nation's capital. Today, in fact, this afternoon, he's at St. Matthew's Cathedral. Let's take a live look where the Pope is addressing 300 bishops at the cathedral. Earlier, he was here at the White House. He had a private meeting with the president where we're told he talked about poverty and a number of other issues, some of which he addressed in his speech here earlier today. Pope Francis up close and personal with school children at the Vatican Embassy this morning, before a more formal welcome at the White House.
On behalf of the American people, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome you to the United States of America.
Addressing 11,000 people on the White House South Lawn, the Pope called on America to protect the poor. And in what he calls this critical moment in history, the Pope says we cannot afford to ignore climate change.
It seems clear to me also that climate change is a problem we can no longer be left to a future generation.
Under pressure to address same-sex marriage, the Pope urged tolerance.
American Catholics are committed to building a society which is truly tolerant and inclusive, to safeguarding the rights of individuals and communities.
Following a private meeting with the president, this crowd got what they'd been waiting for, the Pope Mobile, the American version, and a kiss this child's family will never forget. Wow, talk about a moment there. Now, there are some presidential candidates we've learned who will get a chance to see the Pope while he's in D.C. Jeb Bush and his wife will be at the Basilica later today. And Dr. Ben Carson says he's been invited to the U.S. Capitol tomorrow to hear the Pope there. We are live at the White House this afternoon. I'm Tracy Potts. Back to you.
What a wonderful day. Tracy, thank you very much. It is beautiful there today. Sunny, 77 degrees. Around here, it felt like fall this morning, didn't it, with that really cool start to the day. Leaves are changing color, mostly in the high country, where there is no shortage of beauty. Thanks to everybody sending pictures to us. Keep them coming. We love this. Becky is joining us now from the backyard on this first noon, 11 o'clock forecast of the fall.
Yeah, and it feels like it's still out here,
yeah,
Kyle.
That's cool.
It's just so nice and mild outside. You step outside and you immediately sense the change in season. Now we are going to be warming back up as we get into the weekend, but let's take a look at those conditions right now. We have a lot of sunshine that's made an appearance right here over the Denver metro area. Still sitting though at 63 degrees, 68 Greeley, 66 around Fort Collins. Where it's warmer is southeast parts of our state, where Lamar is already up to 79. We've got 50s and 60s in the mountains. A lot of that rain, the shower and thunderstorm activity that we saw late last night, early this morning to our south is pushed off to our east. You can see it there, that line of storms that's progressing through Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and North Texas, generally staying to our east, leaving very few chances for more rain out there today. We're going to wind up in the low 80s, lower to middle 80s for highs. The chance for thunderstorms mainly out to our west, and if we get anything, it's going to be just some light rain showers in our foothills. The Denver area seems to be pretty dry today and for the next several days as well. With that, I mentioned the warm up. We're going to be talking a lot more about how hot we get and the day that we get closest to yet another record, Kyle, coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, Becky, thank you. We'll see you shortly then. Today, 21-year-old Roman Paul Isaiah Morales made his first court appearance, suspected of killing his 2-year-old cousin, Donnie Romero. 9 News reporter Ryan Harrer is live for us at the Jefferson County Courthouse. Ryan, a lot of families showed up this morning.
Yeah, and tensions, emotions running very high here, Kyle. In terms of the proceedings in court, not a whole lot happening. Roman Morales, the defendant, he remains in jail without bond. Nobody has seen the arrest affidavit in this case. It's been sealed, but today the judge unsealed it for Morales' attorney's eyes only. The public will have to wait to see those documents. Now, 2-year-old Donnie's mother showed up in court today. She was surrounded by family members, crying understandably. Her son, Donnie, found Monday dead, possibly with a cord wrapped around his neck. Donnie's grandmother was also here. Now, after the judge wrapped up this hearing, someone in the courtroom stood up and yelled to the defendant, "Keep your head up, Roman." Donnie's family quickly told her to, quote, "shut up." Everybody then left the courtroom. Family did not want to speak to the media today. Moving forward, the defendant's attorney will look over that arrest affidavit. There's a filing of charges set right back here at the Jefferson County Courthouse on September 29th, Kyle.
Okay, all right, Ryan, thank you. After coming under fire for increasing the price of a life-saving drug by more than 5,000%, the CEO of the pharmaceutical company responsible for the increase is backpedaling a bit, saying that he will lower the cost of the medication, but not saying by how much. The drug is called Daraprim. It is used to treat parasitic infections. 32-year-old CEO Martin Shkreli announced yesterday that the price per pill was jumping to $750 per pill, up from just $13.50. Well, that did not go over well. And after negative reaction from everything from social media to presidential candidates, he announced today the price will come down, but at this point, we don't know how much, because he cited more research and development as a reason for the price increase. We today spoke with Dr. Gina Moore, who's with the CU Skaggs School of Pharmacy, and she says this is not a new drug, and that reason for a price hike does not really make sense.
This is a 62-year-old drug. So this is not a company that's looking to recoup research and development costs. This is a company that acquired the rights to sell that product in the United States and raise the price on a niche product overnight, and is in an attempt to make lots and lots of money.
Dr. Moore says the people who are going to be most affected are those who do not have insurance. She says, unfortunately, this drug is the standard treatment right now for toxoplasmosis, which is a leading cause of death attributed to foodborne illness. So there's really not any alternatives for people who need it. Dr. Moore points out that price hikes are not out of the ordinary, but never to this extent before. This just in, Volkswagen CEO Martin Winterkorn has stepped down. This comes after the German car maker admitted to rigging its diesel cars' emissions to pass tests in this country. In a statement, Winterkorn said he took responsibility for the irregularities found in diesel engines, but he was not aware of any wrongdoing. No replacement CEO has been named for Volkswagen just yet. So not all vegetables are as healthy as you might think. Coming up, which are vegetables to avoid if you're trying to lose weight.